Afternoon everybody, and a happy new year. The Castelli Alpha RoS or OS jacket. What's it like? Is it any good? Should you spend a small fortune to buy one? Stick around and you'll find out. Now guys, I have been buying stuff in the sales, and what I have bought is the Castelli RoS, which stands for Rain or Shine, cycling jacket. Now, the first thing you'll want to know is it worth the price? Well, I didn't pay full price. This is a very expensive jacket, and I bought it in the sale. Would I have bought it at full price? No, I don't think I would. Not because I don't think it's worth it, but because these kind of jackets tend to be in a sale quite a lot, especially once you get into or after Christmas, as we are now, and prices start to come down, especially items like this don't necessarily sell that well because they are so expensive. Anyway, what is special about it? Well, what's special about it or different is that it is an internal kind of vest-like thing attached to an outer jacket like this, and I think it's the only garment that is like that. So when you put it on, you do up this internal thing and then you do up the zip on the outer jacket, and if you're riding along and you get a bit warm, you can undo the zip of the jacket, and if you get very warm you can undo the internal vest type thing as well. Now, I went on the West Kent reliability ride yesterday. That was the 6th of January. Very enjoyable ride it was too. It was about 4, 5, 6 degrees, something like that. So cold, but not very cold. A bit of a cold wind, but not an icy wind. Now, I was wearing a long-sleeved merino, was it merino? No, it was a long-sleeved polyester base layer, and then I had this jacket on, and I was more than warm enough. And this jacket has quite a big collar. If I show you that, the collar, and there's an internal bit to the collar as well, which is sort of fleecy, not really fleecy, but quite a thick material there, as you can see. And I was easily warm enough, and as we were going fairly quickly and I warmed up quite well, I got a little bit too warm. I was wearing a buff, you know, a thing around your neck underneath, and this with the collar maybe probably a bit too warm. Not quite so warm that I felt I needed to take the buff off, but I could have quite easily taken the buff off, if that makes sense. Now, the outer part of the jacket is made of Gore Windstopper fabric. Can you see that there? Windstopper. And if any of you have seen my video of the Perfetto Light jersey, which is made of Gore Windstopper fabric, it is amazing fabric, and it genuinely does stop the wind. Now, one of the things you find with the Perfetto garments is they're very good at stopping the wind. They're not particularly good at keeping you warm because they're quite thin. So if you're out on a windy day with its fairly cold wind, but the temperature is not that cold, the Perfetto is ideal. If you're out on a cold day with the wind, you can feel, or certainly I feel, a little bit cold. Now, this jacket overcomes that problem because the interior of the sleeves has this kind of roubaix, sort of fleecy, but not really fleecy fabric on the, at least on part of the sleeves. And that makes it a very warm jacket as well as a windproof jacket. Now, on the back of the jacket, you can see there are three pockets. They have little drainage holes because this jacket is supposed to be water resistant. Not quite sure how waterproof it is. I may find out one of these days. and so the drainage holes there allow the water to leak out. And on the front of the jacket there is a zipped pocket here, which I found very useful actually. And on the reliability ride you have a little card which you're supposed to get stamped at the checkpoint, and this is an ideal place to put that little card, or a gel, or a bit of food, something like that, whatever you feel like it. It's very nice colour. This, it's they call it blue, but it's a kind of slaty grey blue, I would say, with black. It's available in other colours as well, and there is this sort of storm flap here across the upper half of the zip. Quite sure why it doesn't go all the way down, but anyway, it doesn't, and so that protects the zip. One of the things I like about this jacket is there's a nice decent sized zip with a decent sized puller here. I tried on a Raffet top a few days ago, and a tiny little poxy little baby dwarf zip. It was ridiculous, and you just couldn't grip it properly. And then I tried it on, the thing fell apart. I was in the shop in that, you know, in that have you been in a Raffet shop in Piccadilly? They've got a kind of changing room which is in a van. So you go in there and you try it on. Anyway, I put this jacket on, then the zip started to come apart, and I thought, I'm going to be trapped in this fucking van in a £100 jacket which I won't be able to get off unless I rip it. So I got a bit annoyed at that. I did manage to get it off in the end, but I didn't buy it anyway. Rosso Corsa, it says here. This is supposed to be the label that Castelli use for their really top quality items, and certainly this is a quality item. As I say, it's an expensive item. There's a kind of, not really seen this before, there's a sort of flappy bit here. I don't know if you, sorry, I'm making a bit of a mess of this. Bit of a flappy bit here at the back. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. You can't see my face now, can you? That's not much good. Anyway, perhaps that acts as a kind of rain protection thing. And it made in Moldova, interestingly enough, which is part of the old Soviet Union, I think, if that's of any interest to you. Now, the other thing I wanted to say about it, what was the other thing I wanted to say about it? I wanted to say something else, but I can't remember. Oh yes, I made a previous video about Castelli items, and I referred to a dominatrix that I'd been to see in Soho. Sorry, that you can go and see apparently in Soho, who zips you into a one size too small Castelli item of clothing and then thrashes you on Zwift. Very, very enjoyable, I'm told. Anyway, this is not quite like that. I don't think she uses this particular item because this isn't quite that tight. So this is a triple XL. Yes, guys, I do wear a triple XL garment, not because I'm obese. I don't think I'm obese. But I find that the double XL is just a little bit too tight. This being a jacket as opposed to a jersey, a little bit looser. So the triple XL is not tight on me and probably wouldn't be used by the dominatrix. The other thing you need to know is that there is an Alpha RoS jersey, which is cheaper and doesn't have the inner vest element to it. Now, a little bit confusing on the names there, I think, Castelli. But if you want the jacket is quite a bit more expensive. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. High-end garments by Assos, Rafa, Castelli, Isidore, whoever it is, they are expensive. This is a very well-made jacket. It's a very interesting fabric. It's a very interesting design. It's a very clever design. It's a very warm jacket. It's ideal for wintry weather. If you can get it in the sale, I would recommend it. If you've got the money to pay full price, fine, go ahead. If you haven't, it's still worth saving up for. It's an excellent garment, and well done, Castelli. They haven't paid me to say that, by the way, although if they want to, my contact details are somewhere in this video. Now, if you enjoy my videos, you can click the subscribe button, which allows you to get an email when I upload a new video. And if you want to give me a thumbs up, you can. If you want to give me a thumbs down, you can, although the thumbs down button doesn't work. Some people have told me that it does, but I can't see it. So there you are, just remember. So, Happy New Year, guys, and see you next time.